My husband is an entitled, privileged, ungrateful a-hole. I swept, vacuumed and mopped the whole house today. Wiped surfaces clean. Did a load of laundry. I have an exam tomorrow. I am studying a highly demanding, tech career to build a better future for my husband and family. My husband exploded at me and we had a screaming match because he has to cook most days and do dishes. He said he wishes I would say one day, "Don't worry, I'll cook dinner today," because he is so tired of cooking and I don't understand it. Tonight, he actually hadn't cooked. I did as well as for the last 3 days. He works at a restaurant and always brings leftovers or something from there, which he complained he did because if it wasn't for me he would just eat there and not bring anything. He says I never even lift a finger. I told him we can switch chores if he wanted and said why should he do anything? He works and I just want to work on school stuff and got very angry as always. He has a horrible temper and has broken things in the past, punched holes in the wall, etc. Like even cooking a simple dish is a reason to super scream and slam doors. He always overreacts and complains for everything. He is so lucky and privileged and doesn't see it. He is so ungrateful, I can't stand him. I can't stand that he makes me feel like I'm too sensitive and nothing is never enough for me because I wish he reacted accordingly to situations instead of blowing up all the time. So many people are really suffering in the world and all he does is complain for the littlest of things and blame the world for his shortcomings. Cooking is annoying because I cook all day because that's my chosen career. At least he has food to cook and is not starving. I have no money after COVID shit and have a lot of rescue animals I take care of. How can I even leave? Of course, now I'm crying and my chest feels like it had a hole and I can't concentrate on studying for my test. Sorry for the long post, I needed to vent. So, what are you getting out of this relationship? Do you have children together? This sounds like a miserable relationship. Imagine a friend wrote this and asked your advice. What would you tell her? A few things to consider that your husband does. Punches holes in walls, broken things, bad temper, says you don't do anything, gets really angry over simple things, screams and slams doors, doesn't believe in doctors or therapists. I am not sure how much more information you need than this. You would tell your friend to get out of this relationship. Listen to your gut which told you to post here and get out before it escalates. I am honestly worried that he will eventually start to hit you. You must have a friend, family or acquaintance you can call. If not, a woman's shelter. I know this might be cruel, but to stay because of animals is not worth the misery he is putting you through. He will change, but not for the better. Holy shit, what an asshole. From now on only do your own laundry and only cool for yourself. If he gets upset and tries to do something, have a backpack ready and leave and get a hotel room and study there. Also, I don't see this relationship lasting much longer the way things are. You deserve much better. This guy hates life, not cooking. I get it, catering hard. I cook 10 hours a day, hundreds of meals and I get paid. The best meal I cook is the one I do my partner when I get in from work. Run. Why are you still with him? My dad also used to bring home leftovers from work a few days a week. No, it's not cooking, it's warming something up. It's your work. That does not count as a chore. One day at a time, dear. Make a plan to leave and work toward it every day. Divorce, idiot. Good luck. Divorce his ass and collect that alimony. Don't put up with that shit. I am so sorry you are going through this. Based on this post, your husband does not respect you, especially not your time. If he viewed you as an equal, he would see the hours of time you spend on your education as equal to the hours of time he spends making money. He doesn't, but they are equal. You deserve better. You are not his maid or homemaker. You are his partner and equal. Please get out before you have children with this guy. Honey, you deserve to be happy. Tell him how you feel, and if he can't understand you, then you must take the necessary steps to do what brings you joy and happiness. He sounds just like a restaurant cook. I don't know why they are such hotheads, but you need to go. You're being yelled at and not valued at all. That's not life. Oh man, this brings back memories. I know leaving is hard, but I would leave. That's absolutely ridiculous. I experienced very similar, and then it became walking on eggshells all the time because I had no idea what would set him off anymore. Your husband is belittling you. And the fact he can't cook for you when you're busy studying is insane. Is this the 1940s where women did all the cooking? No. Screw him. I've worked with way too many of these men. They're the kind that will throw a temper tantrum when a customer wants a change to their order. Start to make an exit plan because it will get worse. I don't think it's a coincidence this happened the night before your exam. My dad is a narcissist and would pick huge fights with us before anything important. My personal view is that it's a control tactic. If you don't do well at school, he can continue to believe he is superior than you because he contributes while you just do schoolwork. He wants you to be the domestic servant he feels he is entitled to. As you aren't providing that, and indeed are bettering yourself at the expense of those expected duties, he is going to carry on acting out and punishing you for not stepping into the role he has created for you. You both sound extremely unhappy. I'm usually hesitant to say divorce, but that might be something to consider, and if that's a no-go, then I would highly recommend a marriage counselor because he obviously does not appreciate anything you do as it is and even demands you do more, which will probably go unrecognized as well. The fact he feels like he shouldn't have to do anything around the house at all can only mean he expects you to do it and do it alone. He might have that weird idealistic view of having that 1950s wife who cooks, cleans, takes care of the kids, and is happy to do it, while he goes to work, and once home you'll wait on him hand and foot. It's not a realistic view, but I've known a lot of guys who expect their wives to be like this even when she works more than they do. Divorce. Wow. I lived with a friend and her dad once. Her dad was out of town a lot and my friend would trash the house while he was gone. I would always clean it up because she was too high to deal, and I didn't want her to get yelled at by her dad. One day her dad asked me if I could either pay more rent or help out with the chores around here, because friend blamed it on me, of course. So I stopped cleaning out of spite, and oh boy. It got bad fast. In regards to your story, you need to leave. I don't like jumping straight to that, but I know what it is like being around someone like that, and I can guarantee life will be so much lighter without that constant anger and narcissism. Good luck, and please leave. He has a horrible temper and has broken things in the past, punched holes in the wall, etc. So it's really not that you're being lazy, not doing enough, etc. He's just got anger issues and probably a host of other problems. If you love him and want to make the marriage work, I would consider getting counseling. He truly sounds like a miserable person to be married to. So get your degree and make your life better, but making money and divorcing this douche. You should be studying now instead of dealing this BS. He sounds narcissistic. Get out. You will be so much happier. There is the question though, is he financially supporting you? Is that why you are still in it? You shouldn't stay with anyone who might abuse you. Period. However, since no one else is actually offering real advice, I will. You need to also reassess your choices. You are spending all your money on rescue animals when you're unemployed and have no safety net? Stop that. You want to move forward. You need to save every dime you have to give yourself options to leave and start over. Leaving a relationship with an abusive partner or someone that makes you fear abuse is difficult. The main reason people don't leave is money. You have to set yourself up to be able to function independently from him on day one. Stop wasting money. Make a plan. Save and get out. Otherwise you'll just be stuck and things will get worse. I feel kinda lost and hate myself for even feeling like this because I know there are others in far worse situations than me. Let's say you show up to the hospital with a broken arm, and someone else who got admitted is in a full body cast and their face is all torn up from a car accident. Does this change the fact that your arm is broken? No. Just because your suffering isn't as bad as another person's, it doesn't invalidate your situation. Other people having it worse than you doesn't change the fact that your husband is an abusive prick. Please run before he really hurts you. He needs professional help. Anger is a secondary reaction. Something built his anger. He only knows how to communicate with anger. As for you, it sounds like you have an anxious attachment in relationships. Hoping someone will change when you get married is on the top of the list for wrong expectations when getting married. And finally, if divorce is in the future, I'll leave you with a quote from a divorce lawyer. You divorce the person you married. Sounds like my husband, who I dumped. The new boyfriend shares chores, never raises his voice, and compliments me daily. Maybe you're due for a trade-up too? The thought of leaving seems really hard right now. But I promise you when you do, you will wonder why you didn't leave sooner. A better life awaits you. Have your husband checked for parasites? Those little bugger can sure cause havoc on one's body, resulting in a person to flip at the drop of a hat. And for you I would recommend switching to Ilex paraguarensis over coffee, tea. It's way better. Wow, you're right, he does sound like an a-hole. What is stopping you from leaving? His temper sounds like it could turn dangerous. You don't deserve any of that. Are you color blind? So many red flags and nothing. Okay, finish your studies then leave, talk to your family or friends if they can help shelter you. Yeah, I don't see the appeal. Divorce. You deserve better. Okay, here's the solution to your problem of your abusive husband. Divorce. What made you marry this man? He sounds like he should still be in preschool. My father is a chef who also does most of the cooking at home with his second family. My stepmom and him are always fighting over identical issues that you mentioned. They've been, miserably, together for 20 years. I feel like I'm watching two old children just slowly suffocate each other emotionally, but neither one has the guts to call it quits and just let each other live and be happy. How else can I tell you? It will not get better under the circumstances you mentioned. Has resources for you. How old is this man? Aside from the throwing things and screaming and punching, this is a normal fight when people are stressed out. Find a way to get out ASAP. He's lucky to have you until he's unlucky. You, my dear lady, have a hand in that luck. It'll be harder on your own, but at least you'd be happier. Shushing face, grin grin, thumbs up thumbs up. Girl, you know what to do. I know leaving an abusive relationship is hard. Took me over a year to finally do it. It was the most freeing thing. His abuse will only escalate. Get out for yourself. Why the hell aren't you leaving him right this second? He is abusive and a horrible partner. This will not get better. He does not care about you. He won't even do one chore. For Christ's sake. Girl, get out. I get you don't have money. I get you have animals to take care of, but this is not okay. It's only a matter of time before he escalates to actually hurting you, or the animals. If you have any close friends or family that you can stay with until you get a job, I'd call them right the fuck now, explain the situation and get out. You deserve that much. I used to be married to a man like him. Leave him. If you can't, make a plan. Never look back. Life is better on the other side. Why are you married to this child? No, he's abusive. You deserve better.